How's it going, guys? My name is TJP and welcome back to another Madden NFL 23 Franchise Rebuilding Challenge. So in today's challenge, or video, whatever you want to call it, we got the Rams, Los Angeles Rams. So, they're coming off a Super Bowl, but I'm basing this off of record, I guess. I started doing that with the NFL, so not just based on record and then playoff success. So, keeping the theme consistent, but yeah, so we got the Rams, next team. So if you're enjoying the content, hit the like button, subscribe, let me know in the comments for some videos, socials down below in the description, play us down below for other videos, and check my channel for that content, TJP, socials, second channel down below in the description, and same rules as applied. Let's try to have some fun and see if we can get a Super Bowl. Here we are in the game. We've got the Rams. So this is the roster. We got Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, Jalen Ramsey. That's a pretty solid big three right there. We got Bobby Wagner, Rob Havenstein, Matt Stafford, Allen Robinson II, Cam Akers, Tyler Higbee, Leonard Floyd, Matt Gay, Darrell Henderson Jr., Van Jefferson, Troy Hill, Jordan Fuller, Greg Gaines, Taylor Rapp, David Edwards, Sean Robinson, Terrell Burgess, David Long Jr. I mean, you guys see, there's definitely a talent on this team. I'm sure there's some improvements we can make for this team this upcoming season. So we'll take a look at the improved team functionality. Take a look at our pick situation. I don't think we're going to have a lot of picks. I don't even think we have a first round pick because of the Stafford trade. So, but that doesn't matter. What matters is how we can improve this team. So let's take a look at the improved team functionality. I was going to the trade thing first, but I don't want to do that just yet. So improved team. Let's see if we can maybe pick up a free agent for this upcoming season that might be of need. Left tackle we're a bit thin on. Can pick up a Dwayne Brown. Haven't picked him up yet. We got a Matt Paratus for center. Right guard. And go with the Darrell Williams, but I might try to trade for one. Right outside linebacker we're at a C as well. And go with Jason Pierre-Paul. JPP. I think I'm going to pick up I'm gonna pick up Dwayne Brown. I think we never get him, so we're going to pick him up. Better left tackle gets to see the team. We'll bolster up that line a little bit. I'm going to see if I can try to trade maybe for a right guard for this upcoming season. We also have a punter. Really good punter. I mean, Riley Dixon. It's not too bad. That's fine. We can have him. But I do want to see if there's maybe a potential trade we can make to try to improve our right guard spot for this upcoming season. So I want to see what's out there, and if I can't make a trade now, I'll probably make one. Season right now sitting at 3-3. As you can see, our offense isn't really rankings. It's like eh, and then defensive rankings are all right in terms of yards per game. But yeah, I mean 3-3 right now, about 500, pretty much 500, middle of the pack team. So definitely think there's some room for improvement here, for sure, but we are still right in the hunt. As you guys can see the standings. Let's take a look at the stats, see what we got going on here. So we got Matt Stafford. He's having a solid season, not too bad. 12 TDs, 3 interceptions, 67% completion percentage, which is nice, and then 105.9 passer rating. Not too bad there. Cam Akers, running back. It's all right. 379 yards, 3 TDs. Darrell Henderson Jr. has got 133.4, so that's not too bad there. In terms of receivers, Cooper Kupp doing his thing out there. He's only got 31 receptions, 459 yards, 4 TDs, which is nice. Hopefully he'll continue to get more. Allen Robinson II, and Tyler Higbee, tight end, and Jefferson, Powell. In terms of our blocking, it's pretty solid, I guess. Not too bad. Dwayne Brown's led the most sacks with 5. Bobby Wagner leading my team in tackles, 49. Then Taylor Rapp, 37, 28 for Floyd. Burgess got 27. Ernest has 26. In terms of sacks, got Aaron Donald with 9. Leonard Floyd with 6. Terrell Lewis with 2. And then Justin Hollins with half a sack. Same with Sean Robinson. 3 interceptions, one of them being from Jalen Ramsey. We got Nick Scott and Troy Hill. Kicking, Matt Gay, not doing too bad there. Punting from Riley Dixon, and then kick return, punt return. So, yeah, we're not really getting the ball too much up and down the field right now. So we're not really getting as many opportunities to score the football as we would like. But, I mean, we're still near the top of the league, which is not terrible. So I guess when we do, get into the red zone, we're capitalizing. Defensively, in terms of total yards, we're right there. We're doing pretty well, not letting too many teams advance the football up against us. I mean, in terms of points allowed, though, middle of the pack. So I guess when they do advance it, we're not very good in the red zone, according to the numbers. I mean, we're middle of the pack team, I guess, theoretically speaking. But we don't have a first-round pick. We have a bunch of sixth-round picks in this upcoming draft, which is interesting. We do have a few guys up for negotiations. I'm going to see if there's maybe a trade we can make. If not, we'll probably wait till the offseason to make trades. I do want to see if I can maybe get a first-round pick or just another higher draft pick. But if I can't make one now, I'll probably just have to do it at the end of the season. I'm sort of near the offseason, so I'll see you guys once I have a trade. If not, hopefully we're in the playoffs. I did the deal with the Broncos. We're going to get Gregory and Miners from the Broncos for a first-round pick next year, fourth and a sixth-round pick next year. So we get 2 players to fit the scheme of the team, better right outside linebacker and a better right guard to bolster up the O-line, and also our another right outside linebacker fits with the defense, and we'll make our rush defense even better. So I'm liking that. That's the only trade I'm going to make for now. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. All right, guys. Well, this team had a really bad second half of the season. I do not understand what the heck happened here. We must have had some injuries. There's no way this team just went 2-10. I mean, Tyler Higbee going out for a long time. I don't know if that's why, but yeah, wow, we really had a bad season. Bad second half of the year, so that's not good. Alright. I don't even know if that would have... I don't know what happened there. We got to take a look. See what the stats are looking like. I mean, Stafford, not a bad year. It's pretty solid. In terms of our rush, Henderson Jr., he ended up being my leading rush running back. Cam Akers missed 6 games. Okay. Cooper Kupp also missed 2 games. Okay, that's nice to see. So that's he still was amazing when he played, though. Almost 2,000 receiving yards in 15 games, 19 TDs. Then Robinson, Van Jefferson, Tyler Higbee. Okay, well, Higbee just got hurt. Okay, so there's a few guys that missed some games. But even then, like, holy moly. Our blocking was not the best. Dwayne Brown was not a very good pickup for their season. So we will let him walk. Defensively, Bobby Wagner led my team in tackles. Randy Gregory and Taylor Rapp. Aaron Donald had 78 tackles, 15 for loss. In terms of sacks, you'd see Aaron Donald had 21.5. Leonard Floyd 14, 11.5 for Randy Gregory. And then after that, kind of just dipped a bit. Interceptions, we had 4 from Jalen Ramsey. And then 1 from Wagner, Bird, Scott, Hill. Kicking, Matt Gay missed 5 field goals. And kick return and punt return here. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what ended up happening here. I mean, our offense in terms of total yards was top 4. 49-35 on the passing, which is pretty good. And our rush was probably middle of the pack. Bottom, actually, no, near the top, surprisingly. Didn't think that we'd be near the top, but okay. 24 points per game puts us kind of in the middle-ish of the league. Defensive yards per game and all that fun stuff. Kind of in the bottom half of the league, so in that department, in terms of points allowed, we were near the bottom. We allowed 451 points, so we ended up going 5-12, which again is not very good. In terms of awards, we'll take a look at those. Mahomes is the MVP on an 8-9 team. Wow. Okay, the Chiefs are only 8-9, so interestingly, very interestingly there, something was happening. But let's take a look at the playoff bracket, and then we'll look at the standings as well. Look at our rankings too. As you guys can see, yeah, the Chiefs didn't make the playoffs. It's crazy. Niners and Bucks in the bottom right corner. But yeah, I mean, our rankings, you guys see, defense wasn't amazing as it should have been. But, you know, we did have a little bit of injuries, it looks like. Unfortunately, we don't have our first-round pick, which might be a little bit tough. I mean, granted, we do have some seconds, a third, and a few sixths. So, I mean, maybe we could do some decent drafting in those positions. But nobody that's going to be, like, amazing. I mean, like, whoever... Like, yeah, we should have had the 4th pick, but fortunately that is not going to be for us in this upcoming draft. So it's all good, no worries. I mean, it's one season. I do think this team will be better next year, so I'm not too worried about that. Granted, I have to double check who is up for renegotiations of our contract. Gotta make sure we can keep most of this team together, at least the big three that we got. So I'm gonna advance to Super Bowl, go to the offseason, see who wins the Super Bowl, and then start our offseason from there. So the Buccaneers ended up beating the Chargers in the Super Bowl. Tom Brady MVP of the Super Bowl. You guys see the awards. We had Cooper Kupp getting Offensive Player of the Year in just 15 games, was pretty impressive. Von Miller was Defensive Player of the Year, not Aaron Donald. And then you guys see the Rookies of the Year. We had Drake London from the Falcons and Aiden Hutchinson from the Lions. So, all right, let's go on the re-sign player phase. All right, so we have some players up for negotiations. I only have 25 million. It's not a lot. I mean, there are some players I'd like to keep here, so I'm gonna throw out some contracts here, see who we can end up keeping. We don't have too much money because a lot of it is tied up already, but I'm gonna offer some contracts and see who we could keep, and then see who we have to try to add. So Henderson Jr. can't re-sign. Taylor Rapp wants to test free agency. I mean, I could franchise tag him for a 1-year, $18.2 million contract. I do need a free safety, but like if I do that, oh boy, my money is gonna be. I mean, I don't really have any money anyway. I might as well franchise tag him, right? David Edwards, but then I can make trades though. I feel like, yeah. So I don't know. I don't think I would have franchise tag him. So we're just gonna go to free agency. We don't have a lot of money. I'm gonna see if I can maybe try to acquire more picks, or try to acquire players to trade. One or the other. If I could get a first-round pick, then I'll get picks. Otherwise, I'm just going to try to target players. I traded away Allen Robinson II to the Packers. I got back Darnell Savage, Runyon, and Douglas. I needed a free safety. I needed a left guard and then another cornerback. So Allen Robinson make a lot of money. So we saved a little bit of money, I think, by doing this. Really not too much, though. Actually, in fact, I think there was a trade kicker, so it ended up really not saving any money. But I did end up getting a few positions of need. So that's the only trade I would make. I wanted to get maybe a pick in that, but unfortunately I couldn't, since you can only get 3 things. So, I mean, we're going to go to the draft. We're going to see who ends up being at the spots that we're at. I'll show you guys the draft recap, who we ended up picking up. And I want to show you some of the guys we ended up taking. We got TJ Hunter, Jalen Cropper, Tremaine Richardson. We got this guy Corbin Reinhardt, Derek Hartwell, Stephen Giles, and Curtis Hanford. I don't think those guys are reals, but either way, a few decent players to add to the squad, a lot of defensive players, so going to be some rookies at some starting positions. It should be okay, though. We'll see how we end up doing at the start of the second season, see if there's any improvements we can make. So yeah, see you guys from there. Look at the roster. All right, so to start the second season, this is the team that we're going to be rocking. So we have, if the game loads, which it should. So I think our team is definitely better. Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, Jalen Ramsey, 399 overall players. We got Bobby Wagner, Rob Havenstein, Cam Akers, Tyler Higbee, Matthew Stafford still. We got Darnell Savage, Roswell Douglas, Van Jefferson, Randy Gregory, Quinn Miners, Jordan Fuller, Greg Gaines, Leonard Floyd, Terrell Burgess, still on the team. John Runyon, Ernest Jones, Tutu Atwell, Joseph Noteboom, Hunter, who we drafted, Allen. So definitely some talent on this team for sure. You know, hopefully we can stay healthy. I think last season going 5-12 was a bit of something that I really couldn't predict happening, but I don't think it'll happen again this year. But look at our trade center and improved team. We're going to look at that improved team first, though, just to kind of see what we would potentially need. I mean, left tackle, Noteboom, Curtis Stanford. It's not amazing. Brian Allen is my setter. On the left end, we have our rookie, TJ Hunter. And maybe he could develop into something. We do need a kicker. I don't know if I can actually afford one. Can I re-sign Matt Gay? I can't. So it'll just end up filling out the team for me. Which means I probably can't make any trades. Don't know if we have any cap space for that. So if I go to the trade center. Yeah, cap room 3.55 million under. And in terms of draft picks, you guys saw I traded my first round pick already. So I do have one in 2025, which is nice. Nothing in 2024, but it's all good. I think this team could definitely be better if we could stay healthy. So hopefully this year we're little bit healthy, and I think this year we can make the playoffs. I just don't have a bad second half of the season, so I'll see you guys in mid-season. Season this year, we're 4-3, so a little bit better than last year, and our NFC West will look like we are somewhat commanding it. A game and a half up against the Niners and Cardinals. My base game is blocking the 2-5, but yeah, the Cardinals are 2-5, so yeah, 4-3. Let's take a look at the standings really quickly, so you guys can see. So we are right over here, 16th again, but you know, in that 100th playoff, if we win our conference would be nice. I'd like to see if we could do that. Hopefully we can. Again, still assuming everyone can stay healthy. Had we have beaten the 49ers last week, we'd have been 5-2. Unfortunately, we didn't. In terms of stats and awards, we've got Stafford, who's not having an amazing season. 57% completion percentage is a little bit low. That's why his pass rating is so bad, especially with the 7 interceptions, so 2 for 1. So could be a little bit better there. Cam Akers rushing has been pretty solid. He's missed 1 game this year so far, though. We have Kyron Williams as our backup since we lost Darnell, which is all good. Cooper Kupp, he's played all 7 games this year so far, and he's still doing really well. Tutu Atwell, Van Jefferson, Tyler Higbee. It's basically just the Cooper Kupp show. That's essentially what it is. Just throw the ball to Cooper Kupp and let him do his magic. In terms of our blocking, it's alright. It's not too bad. And then our blocking, defense, not blocking, we already showed that. Bobby Wagner is going to lead my team in tackles, and we've got Jones, Savage, Donald, and Floyd, Leonard Floyd. And speaking of Leonard Floyd, he's leading my team in sacks, 5.5, 5 from Aaron Donald, and then we've got 1 for a bunch of guys down here, and half a sack. Burgess has 2 interceptions, and then we've got Wagner, Gregory, Fuller, Savage, and Ramsey, each with 1 piece. We have Riley Patterson kicking, and then our punting from Michael Pilardi, and then kick return, punt return. So 15th offense yards, not bad. Kind of in the top half of the middle of the league, so not bad to see there. In terms of our passing yards, I feel like that is around the middle of the pack, and then our rush is, I'd say, near the top, which is cool to see. 27.1 points. I would assume puts that actually somewhat in the middle, but like the bottom half of the middle. And then defensively, yards, we're not letting too many people advance up and down the football field against us, which is nice to see. Our pass defense has been pretty solid. Our rush defense has been pretty good. And then the fourth least amount of points allowed in the NFL, which is cool to see. So 4-3 right now. That's not too bad. I don't think I can make any moves since, again, cap space, unless I trade like Matt Stafford, which I could still do. There's a chance that that does happen, but then I'd have to like actually try to sign a quarterback in free agency. Do I want to do that? I don't think so. So yeah, we're just going to keep the team the way it is, and I will see you guys at the end of the year. Well, we ended up making the playoffs as a wildcard playoff team, taking on the Commanders in the wildcard playoff game. You guys see our rankings. Our defense ended up being really, really good. Offense is all right. Nothing too amazing there, but yeah, defense was excellent. So 10-7 on the season. Let's take a look at the playoff bracket. And yeah, you can see with the bottom right corner. So that's cool. In terms of the standings, so yeah, 10-7. See where that stacked up on the NFL's. So everybody else, I mean, the Bengals had the best record, it looked like, which is interesting to see. So we're right over here. And then as you can see the rest of the league, if you want to slow down the video. So yeah, 10-7, not a bad season from us. We'll take it. We had a hiccup season last year, but this year much more in line with my expectations. Matt Stafford, though, didn't really throw the ball as much as I'd like him to, and it just wasn't as great. We have Corbin Reinhardt, who limited PT, did his thing. I mean, but yeah, really not too much there. Cam Akers, though, pretty solid season in terms of the rush. 1,080 yards, 10 TDs, 9 TDs from Kyron Williams, my secondary back, which is cool to see, and Stafford. In terms of our receivers, Cooper Kupp again doing his thing out there. He played all 17 games this year. He actually did better last season, which was interesting. We had Atwell, who's pretty solid, doing his thing. Van Jefferson, Tyler Higbee, which is cool as well, although he missed 3 games again. And then our blocking, this is what that's looking like. Havenstein, Note Boom. A little too many sacks for my liking, but everybody else was pretty good. And then Bobby Wagner led my team in tackles by a lot. Then Eddie Jones, or Ernest Jones, not Eddie Jones, sorry. Ernest Jones, Aaron Donald, Jordan Fuller, and then Ramsey. Sacks, Aaron Donald with 20, 11 from Floyd, 4.5 from Gregory and Gaines, respectively. You guys see a bunch of guys had half a sack. 5 interceptions from Ramsey, 3 from Burgess. Fuller had 2, and then a bunch of guys down here had 1. Kicking, Riley Patterson was really good. Blarty, and then our kick return, punt return. So offensive yards, 23rd. Our passing, I would assume, was probably near the bottom, and it was. Our rush, I would assume, is probably top half of the league, and it was. 26.4 points. Puts us, I would assume, middle of the pack, bottom middle. Yeah, pretty much. Defensively, yards, didn't really let too many people advance up and down the football field. We were first in that department. 3rd in terms of pass yards allowed, and then our rush was 3rd as well, so that's insane. And then 2nd least amount of points allowed, only to the Titans, so we were 3rd, 2nd, so that's great to see there. So our defense was wonderful. In terms of awards, let's take a look at those. C won the MVP, we got Aaron Rodgers, and then we had Coach of the Year going to Zach Taylor. Do they do like Offensive of the Year? I could look, they do, I guess. Offensive of the Year, Jonathan Taylor. And AFC, the NFC was Cooper Kupp, but if I do NFL, it doesn't show it. So it's either going to be the Cooper Kupp or our Jonathan Taylor, I would assume. So we'll see. But we are taking on the Commanders. We're going to simulate that game, and hopefully we're in the divisional. Well, we ended up losing to the Commanders, 31-27, unfortunately. So that's where our season ends this year. But we still have 1 more year. Let's see who wins the Super Bowl and then go on to the 3rd final off season. Well, Super Bowl 58 had the Bengals beating the Bears, interestingly enough. And you had Joe Mixon winning Super Bowl MVP. So you see the awards with Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, offensive and defensive player of the years, respectively. So Cooper Kupp 2 years in a row. Bryce Young from the Eagles was offensive rookie of the year. Defensive rookie of the year was Will Anderson Jr. of the Houston Texans. So we got another season to go. Let's go on to the re-sign player phase and see if we can improve on this season. All right, well, we don't have a lot of cap room, unfortunately. And, you know, Cam Akers is a free agent. Savage is a free agent. Higbee's a free agent. Fuller, Van Jefferson. Berg's a free agent. Pilardi's a free agent. John Runyon's a free agent. I mean, we got a lot of guys that are free agents, yet we can't even afford to re-sign them. So let's see why that is. I'm going to have to look at my salaries and maybe might have to make a trade or something. But, yeah, who's making a lot of money? Stafford. Stafford's making a lot. And I'd like to keep him. Havenstein's making a lot too, and I could probably get something better for him. He's getting up there in age. Brian Allen, I'd like to flip him if I can. Alright, so there's a few players. Maybe we could try to make some trades and see if we can free up some money. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to have to probably make some team-altering trades here. I had to do this trade here. The reason I did this trade was so I can save a ton of money. I traded away Stafford, Noteboom, Havenstein to the Patriots, and we got back Mac Jones, so he's gonna be our starting QB. We got Duggar, who's gonna be our strong safety, fits the scheme of the team, and we also get a 6th round pick in this year's draft. We could just draft a rookie, and there we go. So I don't even know if that's gonna help us out in terms of money. It might not at all. But if I need to make a trade, I guess like it could potentially help out. I'm trying to get younger here, so also I feel like Stafford was just going to continue to regress, so that's why I made that move. And my tackles weren't even that good anyway, so that's trade number 1. All right, I traded away Floyd, a 2nd and a 3rd round pick to the Texans. We got back Howard, Green, and Hooper. So you need a right tackle, left guard, and a tight end. So I made the trade with the Patriots. So we get right tackle for the scheme team. We get a left guard and a tight end. All right, traded away Gregory and Douglas to the Lions. We got back Queen, Decker, and Jackson. So we got 2 players fit the scheme team. Gregory's getting older. Douglas was a good fit for our team. But, yeah, we get a few players of need, and we shed a little bit more money. So with all those trades, I was able to get a little bit of cap space left to re-sign Cam Akers. So we do get him back. So that's pretty solid. But yeah, I guess we're just going to try to draft some guys to fill out the rest of this team. So we're going to have some rookies starting again. So I'm going to advance to the draft. I'll see you guys at the draft recap. We're doing a draft recap, so really not much happening here. These rookies that we ended up drafting. Try to get some positions of need. And that was pretty much it. So let's go on our third and final season. Third and final season, this is the roster that we have. So we have Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Cooper Kupp. We got Cam Akers back. Kyle Duggar, Taylor Decker, Quinn Miners. Got Mac Jones, Greg Gaines, Jonah Jackson, Austin Hooper, Patrick Queen, Kenyon Green, Tudo Atwell, Ernest Jones, TJ Hunter, Brian Allen, Titus Howard, Bobby Brown III, Kyron Williams. There's definitely some talent on the squad. It's not amazing. There's definitely room for improvement. But I really don't know how much moves I can really make, just considering my situation. Improving team, if you look, we're definitely weak in some areas. I can see if I can try to sign some free agents here. Our center is not amazing, Brian Allen, but it'll do. Right tackle, Titus Howard. Our right outside linebacker, we have a rookie, Josh Stockton, who's not amazing. Left outside linebacker, Chris Garrett. That's also not amazing. Free safety, Travis Wiley. I'm going to see if I can maybe try to pick up a couple guys here. I don't know if I can. I mean, Lorenzo Carter, if I can sign him, but I can't. I have to clear 170 to sign him. Let's see. Any left outside linebackers? Trey Flowers, 2.7. What was he want? What did he want? 1.62? I mean, I could sign like a Blake Cashman. Get Terrell Lewis back. Let's go with Lewis, 72. I'll sign him. It's Terrell Lewis. And then, I don't think I can make any other signings, though. Tart. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can. I mean, maybe I could try to free up some money, but it's going to be tough. I mean, if I can offer one of these guys contracts, like Thompson, if I can get him, I can't. Oh, okay. So I'm going to have to keep the team the way it is for now. I don't think I'll be able to make any trades. I'll double check. We can look at our trade center. I mean, we do have 470K in cap room. I mean, maybe I could try to make a deal at the midseason if we're really struggling. So I'll see you guys what's up there. I'm just going to keep the team the way it is. Maybe we'll improve throughout the year. Sitting at 3-4 right now, which isn't amazing. Our defense hasn't been too hot. Our offense actually been pretty solid, but defense not so much. But let's look at the standings. So yeah, we're 3-4 right now. So we're still in the hunt, but not by a lot. Not by a lot. But we're there. We're still there. We're in the hunt. I want to see if I can maybe make a midseason move to try to improve the team. But if we take a look at the stats and awards right now, really just the stats. Mac Jones is having a great season. So trading for him was pretty solid. He's done well. Can't complain about that. So he's doing his thing. Rush-wise, Cam Akers doesn't have any TDs, which is kind of crazy. Receiving, Cooper Kupp's pretty happy. He's doing his thing. Quentin Carey, guy we drafted. Tudo Atwell, not doing too bad. Austin Hooper. It's just a Cooper Kupp show, though. Sack-wise, not terrible. I've seen worse. Titus Howard's let up 6, 4 from Decker, but then Jonah Jackson and Allen have only let up 1 each, which is kind of nice. And then defense got Queen with 53, Jones with 40, Aaron Donald's got 38. Tackles, in terms of sacks, it's 7.5 from Donald, 4.5 from TJ Hunter, so that's cool to see. Patrick Queen's got 2, 1 from Lewis. Interceptions, only 2 between Walker III and Quentin Lake, which is interesting to see there. We got Brandon McManus as our kicker, who's actually been pretty solid. And we got Sam Martin punting, kick return, and punt return. Nothing going on too much there. So offense yards, 4th in the league in that regard in terms of offensive gained yards, which is nice to see. Our passing's going to be near the top. Our rush is kind of at 670, which is like middle of the league. And then 26.6 points, I think is what it said. So that's also like in the middle. And defensively, we're not doing the best. I would assume we're probably giving up some yardage. Points allowed. So they just look at that. I'm kind of curious to see where we are here in terms of points allowed. I feel like we're going to be near the bottom, and we are. So yeah, I'm going to see if there's any trades we could potentially make. It would be a small one. It wouldn't even be anything major if I can do so. Because, like I said, I don't think I have the cap room. We do have minus 440. I'd have to throw in a player. So I'll see if I could maybe find a trade that could help us out, whether that be for another receiver or some kind of linebacker, just something on defense, maybe another cornerback. So whatever's out there, I'll look. Otherwise, it's just going to be the team. Finishing off 10-7 again and winning the NFC West, taking on the Bears in the wildcard playoff game. So solid stuff there, not too bad. 10-7. So ended up having a nice second half of the season. We are the 3 seed this season, which is pretty cool. So you guys saw the playoff bracket. So yeah, let's take a look at the standings. We'll take a look at our rankings as well, all the stats. Wow. Interestingly enough, nobody in the NFL was that good. The best teams were 11-6. So that's interesting. Had we not lost our last game of the season, we would have been 11-6 with a bunch of other teams. But, hey. Wow, yeah, really nobody awful either then, right? Oh, yeah. Most teams. There were a lot of teams that won 7, 8, 9 games. Wow, yeah. Interesting. Very interesting season. And the worst teams only won 4, which is pretty crazy. So, they're not that a lot. They're not really no dominant teams this year. So really, it's anybody's year, I think. So, let's take a look at the stats and awards. See if we ended up getting anything. I know it's getting a bit stuffy. But Mac Jones, what a season from this guy. 5,230 yards, 49 TDs, 9 interceptions, 69% completion percentage, 119.9 passer rating. Dude's ridiculous. Rushing, Cam Akers was pretty solid. 1,215 yards, 7 TDs. He ended up with Kyron Williams by secondary. Then Mac Jones did a little bit of rushing himself. In terms of receivers, Cooper Kupp did his thing out there. 24 TDs. Receiving is insane, as well as 1,629 yards. Dude's a monster. Tutu Atwell, 1,271. Quentin Carey, our rookie that we drafted. Then Hooper. So nice to see there. Hooper, Cropper. Blocking, we had, it was alright. I mean, Taylor Decker let up a little too many sacks for my liking. Patrick Queen led my team in tackles, and Ernest Jones. Jalen Ramsey at 89, 81 from Crazy Walker III. And Aaron Donald had 23 tackles for losses, 16 sacks. Dude's a monster on defense. TJ Hunter, 7.5 sacks. 3 from Queen and Giles. In terms of interceptions, we had 4 from Queen, 3 from Duggar, 2 from Ramsey, 1 from Walker and Lake. Brandon McManus kicking, punting, and then we got our kick return and punt return. So I'd assume our offense was really good. 3rd in terms of total offensive yards accumulated. We had our passing was probably near the top. It was. And then our rush was, I guess, like, also in the top, but more so. But actually, no, not really. It's like middle. 29.5 points, though. That's going to be at the top. Yeah, definitely. And then defensively, we were not the best in terms of yards allowed. I mean, we were letting people pass against us like crazy. And then our rush defense in terms of yards, that wasn't terrible. And then 461 points allowed is bottom half of the league, but close to the middle. We're really good on conversions, though, which is nice. At least 3rd down conversions. 4th down conversions, so much. I'm actually curious to see red zone efficiency. How good were we? Near the middle, I assume. Penalties. I don't really look at this too much, those ones, but usually just keep it to the offense and the defense in the vids. But look at that, Mac Jones ended up being the MVP. So we traded for the MVP. Ended up being an MVP. That was a good trade. Coach of the year was Robert Saleh. But hopefully we can win against, at least get the divisional playoff. Alright, we should be able to beat the Bears. I mean, they were in the Super Bowl, I think, so. I mean, they have a pretty solid team. They're in their rankings. You guys see, they're really good defensively. So, I have a little bit of trouble. But let's see if we can beat them and advance to the divisional playoff. We lost by 4. That's annoying. Okay, well, that's basically where the video ends. We got to the playoffs twice. First season was kind of a dud year since the second half of the season was really bad. So we're probably going to make it 3 times. And then we got to divisional playoff last year. No, didn't get to divisional playoff. Lost in the wild card by 4. This year we lost by 4 again. So that's unfortunate. I guess let's just see who ends up winning the Super Bowl and go to the full screen close of the video. Chiefs won the Super Bowl against the Saints, Super Bowl 59. We had Trent McDuffie, Super Bowl MVP. As you guys can see, we had Cooper Kupp getting Offensive Player of the Year again. Dude's a monster, but not enough of a monster to get us to a Super Bowl. I mean, you know, it's unfortunate. Mac Jones also won the MVP. We couldn't even get to the conference championship, but what are you gonna do? 2 close games. I guess with that being said, though, full screen time and to close out the video. Alright, y'all, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Let me know down in the comments below some of the videos. Got our social down description, got a playlist down below containing other Madden NFL 23 franchise moving content. Show my channel, find me TJP. Got a few more NFL teams to try to do, and then we'll have all the regular videos done. We'll do our fantasy draft. We've got maybe some career sims that we might want to do, maybe a couple challenges here and there. So let me know some ideas down below in the comments if you have any challenges. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. I'm gonna head on out. Hope to see y'all soon. Take care. Have a good night, and peace.